Hi. So one of our little quick videos.
Happy New Year, by the way.
Oh, Happy New Year. Hello, Happy New Year. So one of our little quick questions that we get asked a lot is, how long should I take HRT for? So should you take it for the rest of your life, which I kind of believe would be my idea of a good time, because then your bones don't go and you don't get you don't go back to being all perimenopausal. You don't have all the symptoms again. Do you get the symptoms again? Is that a thing? If you go off HRT, do you go back into being like moody and?
I suppose it's really a question about why you start the HRT, and there's different reasons. So we're just like taking, if there was such a thing as an average woman, can I say that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just say an average woman starts HRT, let's just say she starts at 48, 49, 50. And then we really try and understand why she's taking the HRT. Is it because she's got symptoms, such as hot sweats, hot flushes, night sweats, etc.? Or is it because there's a medical reason that she wants to take HRT, such as osteoporosis protection? So those are the sort of two big groups. If you're taking HRT for another reason, such as premature ovarian insufficiency.
Premature what?
Premature ovarian insufficiency. It used to be called premature menopause.
Oh, so when you're younger.
Yeah. So those women, you'd always keep them on HRT until they're around 50, and then rediscuss the pros and cons of taking HRT. So if we come back to our average woman who's 48, 49, 50, starting HRT, it depends why she's taking the HRT. And if she's taking the HRT, say, for symptom relief, then the normal time would be about 5 years. But if we're talking about bone protection, then we may want to continue the HRT for a little bit longer. Coming off HRT is always a very difficult conversation, because the main questions are, am I going to get those awful symptoms again? Am I going to turn into, I'm going to be turning into my mother overnight?
Take the HRT, people.
What is going to happen to me? I'm going to, turn into an old lady. What is it? And then there's the question: should I just stop, or should I gradually tail off? And everybody is different. So some women will be very happy to tail off, would want to tail off slowly. Some women are happy with an abrupt end to their medication. There doesn't seem to be a better way, but what is best for that individual person.
So in the average woman, if they stop suddenly, what's the average reaction?
I suppose I would expect to see some return of their symptoms.
For how long? Forever?
Well, yeah, but I would say that those symptoms actually become tolerable. I would say those symptoms become manageable, and they become normal to that woman.
You just become used to it.
Yeah,
and you have it for the rest of your life. Like night sweats and all of that stuff.
Very few women do, but some do. But very few women have such significant symptoms that in that situation. And when that happens, we continue the HRT.
All right. So if you never took HRT, do you carry on having menopause symptoms for the rest of your life?
No. So most women's symptoms will change, settle down over a lifetime. But from time to time, they will have a resurgence of a hot flush, or they will have some night sweats, or they will have some irritability. But it's kind of like everything in life. Everybody has a bit of tummy pain, a bit of chest pain from time to time. It's just something that we learn to live with.
People have chest pain from time to time. It's normal.
Heartburn.
Heartburn, that's indigestion.
I know, but it's very difficult to tell the difference sometimes.
Oh, is it? Okay. So, what's your conclusion? Do you come off it? Like, from a medical point of view, is there any problem with staying on it?
Yes.
What?
Yes. So the longer the duration of HRT you're taking, the longer the hangover effect of the risk of breast cancer. So, and we think that risk is probably a bit longer than we used to, but it's certainly not a reason not to take HRT. It's certainly not a reason to stop HRT early, because the benefits of HRT, as far as the overall health, the bone health, and probably the cardiovascular health, outweigh those risks.
Okay,
so what I'm trying to say to you is, for bones, so I would say between 5 and 10 years is the duration that most of my patients will have HRT for. But I've got women in their 80s who are still taking HRT, and 70s and 80s are still taking HRT, and they just want to stay on it. I also find that a lot of women who remain working into their late 60s and early 70s will want to remain on HRT because of the cognition, the higher power, intellectual symptoms such as concentration, forgetfulness, workplace irritability, and they will want to continue on their HRT until they finish their work.
Because it helps you concentrate.
Well, I don't know if it helps you concentrate, but menopause makes your concentration poor, and it will help. I don't think your concentration ever goes back to normal, but I'm always confused about whether, that's just an age thing, if it's a lifestyle thing, because even when you do, lots of women, even when you replace their HRT, they will still have cognition, thought, and emotional symptoms. So maybe it's just a life thing, I don't know.
That's weird. Like I wasn't quite. I don't mean that's weird, but like I wasn't quite as aware that HRT helps your cognitive abilities. But I guess because you have less hormone distraction, maybe.
Maybe
it's possibly that.
Maybe there's a effect on the neurons in the brain somewhere. I don't know, but definitely one of the main symptoms that I'll see in my clinics is get on, I can't concentrate, get on, I lose it, I can't remember anybody's number anymore, I can't remember where I was, get on, I can't remember where I left the dog or the car, I just can't remember these things anymore.
So it really is like pregnancy brain. Sometimes when people are
I think the thing is that
hormone brain.
Hormone brain. I think the thing is with pregnancy brain, you always know you're going to get something nice at the end.
Possibly, you have to keep it for a very long time.
Yeah, maybe they're not always as nice as you want, but you've got a nice reward at the end. Yeah. And that's why women often get over cesarean sections, which are a big operation, quite quickly because they've got a nice baby to look after.
Oh lordy, in the man world, the nice baby to look after.
Really? Yes, well, quite.
No sleep for like 400 years, or I don't know. But people like babies. It's great. Okay, that's our little update for today.
So update for today. So continue as long as, but speak to your doctors about when it's good for them and for you to stop your HRT.
And maybe tailor it off.
Right. I like that.
Okay. All right. Happy New Year.